What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. And Tyrone Blackburn is not playing with Diddy. He just amended the lawsuit. We got to talk about it. Like the video as the intro plays, because we got a lot to get into.
I was listening to Make It Make Sense. Shout out to Make It Make Sense. Thank you.
It makes sense to me intellectually.
Sense Mims, who a lot of people have been asking to be on the show.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. Made sense.
Make it make sense. You knew what was up.
Oh my God. Big Mims. Surfer. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you see. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you see. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work.
Right here. This is my wife right here. See what I'm saying? This is what I do. That's what I like. He came in here want to act like he was all hard and manly. You come in here acting hard, we gonna see how hard you is.
Okay, I'm sorry. So, this is a lot of like crazy stuff. Sometimes it gets kind of dark, but I'm going to start like adding a little bit of light. So we got Cassie, who I told you guys had hooked up with Drew Dixon, which I think will be a great kind of like soundboard and somebody who's been through it. But now Cassie is saying happy birthday to her husband. She looks happy. She looks healthy. She's not needing to be in the spotlight. She really is just being a mom and a woman who is, trying to find her new normal. So this is Alex Fine. Her name is actually better with him anyway. Cassie Fine is, sounds good to me. But I'm happy that she's happy. Y'all know she has 2 daughters who look just like her. I'm happy for Cassie. I can't say it enough. And if this is the man who has been with her through all that dark stuff after Diddy, more power to her. And she's now booking, more magazine covers again. If Cassie gonna do anything, she can model for sure. Not that she needs the money now, but if she wants to get back in the business and just kind of dip her toe in, modeling would be the way to go. The woman's always been beautiful. Undeniably beautiful. So anyway, shout out to Cassie, but let's get into this because Aaron Hall, Diddy, y'all are done. In my opinion, y'all are done. You should give yourself this advice.
To show y'all how we have fun and stay out of jail too, and make money.
So it just came out that one of Cassie's, I think like 3 people sued him at the end of 2023. Well, one of them has now come out and amended her original complaint and said that she was 16. So I got the complaint. We're about to review it. They even listed all the times that Aaron Hall was talking about this stuff on Vlad TV. Vlad TV made it to the lawsuit. Thank you, Silver Blue. Somebody who's connected to Adidas, let them know. We need an Adidas endorsement, y'all. So anyway, yeah, let's get into it. And keep in mind, her attorney is Tyrone Blackburn, who's also the attorney for Lil Rod. See, what a lot of people may or may not know is a lot of the attorneys who are representing Diddy are also representing the likes of Russell Simmons, the likes of L.A. Reid. So it only makes sense that the accusers would be represented by the same firm. They're acutely familiar with what's going on. And I told you guys about Lil Rod's interview or Lil Rod's lawsuit. I now kind of have a change of mind about it. I don't know what I'm allowed to say or what I'm not allowed to say, so I'll keep it short. I always believed Lil Rod, but I have some inside information now, and I'll say we should definitely, or I will at least take back some of the things I said about two truths and a lie, and I'll leave it at that. I believe Little Rod, and I hope that anybody who was ever victimized by any of these powerful men have the are able to come forward and tell their truth. And I hope they're paid for their pain. And I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. But okay, her name is Liza Gardner. She's not the anonymous person. Remember, the anonymous lawsuit was actually a person who wanted to stay anonymous, and from the beginning told us that she was underage. Liza did not say that initially, but came back and did it. So we're just gonna go through. We don't need to see this. Okay, summary of factual events. Upon information and belief, in 1990, Ms. Gardner was a 16-year-old girl, and she was in New York City with a friend. Ms. Gardner was invited to NYC by close friends who were members of chart-topping recording group Jodeci. At the time, Jodeci was signed to MCA Records. Remember, this is the amended complaint. They're not playing with him. Brent said yes, because Lil Rod ain't the only one, and that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Unfortunately, do y'all know who the underage girl is? No, this person, she listed her name, so we know that this is Liza Gardner. I've been looking through the updates on the last court case, and they have a hearing coming up. So the judge had said that the girl who, alleged that she was taken advantage of by Diddy and the president of Bad Boy, she is still fighting to keep her name private. So they have a hearing coming up about that. There's certain things that you just can't say. I'm sorry, but I can tell you that my opinion has changed a little bit. Okay, let's get to it. Ms. Gardner was invited to NYC by close friends who were members of chart-topping recording group Jodeci. At the time, Jodeci was signed to MCA Records. Ms. Gardner and the members of Jodeci are all from North Carolina. In 1990, prior to inviting Ms. Gardner to NYC, Jodeci was signed by hip-hop artist Heavy D to Uptown Records, a label that was a subsidiary of UMG. Jodeci was assigned to Uptown employee Sean Combs, who took on the task of developing the new act. The group was introduced after providing background vocals on the 1990 song Treat Them Like They Want to Be Treated. Forever My Lady is the debut studio album of Jodeci. Whenever I hear that, the first thing I think about is Shanae. Like, whenever I hear Forever My Lady, the first thing I think of is Forever Shanae. It's like a dream. I know y'all watched that episode of Martin. When she was trying to seduce Kid from Kid and Play, or was she trying to seduce? She was trying to seduce Kid. She had closed her curtains, and there was like a big Forever Shanae glow ups like sign. I know y'all know that episode. Anyway, my bad. So that's how I remember Jodeci from watching Martin reruns. The end of summer into the fall of 1990, MCA held an event at their New York City offices. Ms. Gardner and her friend met Combs and Hall at the offices of MCA Records for this event. In addition to Combs and Hall, Ms. Gardner met R&B singer Mary J. Blige and hip-hop artist Queen Latifah. After the MCA event, Ms. Gardner recalls attending dinner with Jodeci, Combs, and Hall. Combs and Hall were flirtatious and handsy with Ms. Gardner and her friend. They offered them drinks throughout the night. At the age of 16, Ms. Gardner was a minor in 1990 and incapable of consenting to drink alcohol. In 1985, New York State raised the legal drinking age from 19 to 21. Now, a lot of people DM me and they're like, well, what are you supposed to do if a 16-year-old doesn't tell you they're 16 and, they're drinking, they're at parties and stuff like that? My stance on this hasn't changed. You ask for an ID. if you care about how old the person is, you ask for an ID. If you just go flippantly doing things for people, you don't know them, you just know that you are attracted to them, then I fault you, because as the adult, you are the one that's required. You are the one who the law does not allow for you to do these things to. So my stance has not changed. Towards the end of the night, Ms. Gardner and her friend were invited by Mr. Combs and Hall back to Hall's apartment for an after party. It is important to note that Ms. Gardner was wearing a black shirt with a buttoned-up blouse. While at Hall's apartment, Ms. Gardner was offered more drinks and was physically forced into having sex with Combs against her will. At the times Combs assaulted Ms. Gardner, she recalls feeling the side effects of alcohol. She recalls Combs mounting her and forcing up her skirt, pulling her underwear to the side and forcibly inserting in her. The age of consent for that type of course in the New York state was 17 at the time, when Combs actually assaulted her. So basically, this amended statement is letting people know that even though the age of consent had been reached at 17, she wasn't. So it's smart that Tyrone came back and said this, because I'm pretty sure like there's not a lot of back and forth between this lawsuit and Combs' attorneys. The other lawsuit where the woman wants to stay anonymous, there's all these different files that you have to go through. In this situation, Combs got it, he was served, and he's just kind of like, whatever. This ups the ante on this lawsuit. This ups the ante on the lawsuit. You can't just disprove these things. She is now saying, I was at this event. There is a paper trail showing the date that this event happened, which has to coincide with how old she actually was during the event. So are you guys seeing why this had to get amended now? Are y'all following? This is why it had to get amended, because now you can't say, oh, well, that RCA event came after your birthday. No, this is when my birthday was. I was there, and I was there with you. There you go. What's up, Bernice? I haven't seen you in a minute. It's called Contributing to Minors for a Reason. There you go. All right, Tyrone. I'm with you when you're right. Okay. So, okay. After Combs finished doing his business, Ms. Gardner laid in bed, shocked and traumatized. As she was in the process of getting dressed, Hall barged into the room, pinned her down, and forced Ms. Gardner to also have, relations with him. Ms. Gardner recalls being in immense pain from her, we'll just say vag. In comparison to Hall, Ms. Gardner describes Combs as being... Sorry. I'm supposed... Y'all, okay, so I'm not a journalist, but I try to keep it together. She just read the dog shit out of him. I'm trying to hold it together, but she just read him. Did you pick up on that? In comparison to Hall, Ms. Gardner describes Diddy as being prepubescent. In other words, it was as small as they come. I'm not supposed to laugh. I'm gonna try to keep a. I'm gonna. Okay. Okay. I'm back now. I'm back. Did she have to read him like that? After Hall finished R-wording Ms. Gardner, she quickly got dressed and ran out of Hall's apartment. Her friend left shortly thereafter. Ms. Gardner's friend shared with her that she too had intercourse with Combs and Hall in another room. Upon information and belief, when Combs finished with Ms. Gardner, he and Hall switched and they flip-flopped, basically. So they allegedly brought these two young girls into their room. And we'll get into the videotapes in a little bit later. let's see. The following day, Combs came to the home where Miss Gardner and her friend were staying. Combs was irate and began assaulting and choking Miss Gardner to the point that she passed out. Combs was searching for Miss Gardner's friend because he was worried that she would tell the girl he was with at the time what he and Hall had done to them. So we have a pattern and a history of abuse. Now, these are allegations, but I'm believing it. Gene Deal said that Diddy assaulted Misa. This young girl is saying that after they did what they did to her, Diddy assaulted her. We have Cassie's allegations. It's just a long list. There's too many people on Diddy's list that he's allegedly touched or had touched to not believe that these things are occurring. And this whole I'm above the law thing, that's the most scary. Aaron Hall and Sean Combs routinely engaged in these type of acts in each other's presence. Hall confirmed Combs' presence in the room when he engaged in these type of acts. In a YouTube video posted by Vlad TV titled "Aaron Hall Claims That Diddy Watched Him Make Love to a Woman," Aaron Hall says, "Can no female dog out there say that she handled my SHIT? My father's a pastor, so my whole thing is that my grandfather being a pimp is just like I'm third generation Aaron Hall the third. My father's Aaron Hall Jr. He's a pastor, so I just skipped over it like checkers." I don't know what in the cracked out stuff he's talking about. I don't know. My whole thing is that if you never heard a girl say that no F up tricks. My whole thing is that you never heard a girl say that no F up trick about Aaron Hall, then you understand that Let's Chill SHIT is some real SHIT. I don't know. Let's see. Did he have any history with drugs? Let's see. A history of Aaron Hall's bizarre behavior. Does anybody know if he has any, history with drugs? Because I don't know. Or is he just not that bright? I'm trying. I have it on the screen so you guys can see it. I'll make it bigger, but I'm reading exactly what's there and it's not. Oh, somebody said yes. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense because this isn't making sense to me. So the interviewers, that was basically from some life experience. Aaron, now my whole thing is that I just think that girls think that a whole lot of guys run after they SHIT. You know what I mean? Interviewer says, talk to me. You can say what you want on there. Aaron says, a whole lot of girls out there with umbilical cords, them young 1970s, 1980s female dogs. They try to go up there with the fresh out the vag shit and think that they can get like a ninja like Aaron Hall. I'm a historical dick. They F with me. It's a, and then they don't even know they just say laughter. Interviewer said, that's right. Aaron said, if they F with me, it's Big D. Everybody know my son's mother. Everybody know that. Interviewer says, yes, that's Gloria, ain't it? Tell them about it. Aaron says, when you put Aaron's on it, when you F a B for 3 days and take the B's hand and take them out of the man's hand, then you are a retired pimp. At the time, as soon as I came to South Beach, I just grabbed her. She'll tell you the same story. I just grabbed her, F'd her for 3 days. Then Aaron's got a P with an apostrophe. Like it's Aaron with 3 colors on it. You feel me? No. But he's talking about Gloria Velez. And basically we found out that she was underage as well. She, has a son by him, so she's never like pressed charges on him, but she was underage. He met her through one of the Luke parties, Uncle Luke, and he literally did grab her and take her upstairs. We don't know if it was forced or not, but I don't know what's wrong with this man. Interview says, yes, it's crazy glue. Aaron said, my whole thing is that if ninjas can't handle me, I'm not going to never let them get my last name. If you can handle my D, you ain't getting my last name. So I've been single for 50 years. Yeah, maybe that's the reason that you're single. Interview says, oh, all right, man. Aaron says, a whole lot of ninjas out here, from Jamie Foxx to Denzel Washington, whoever. Everybody know me. Everybody know if I say it, I'm a F to death. I like to F in public. You feel me? Ninjas can't say nothing about it. Them square ass ninjas, them precious cake, little D ninjas. So is he talking about Diddy? I like for them ninjas to see how I F. You speak to Jodeci or Puffy or any of them ninjas, they've been at my house. They all see me F. They all know I'm a big ninja. If a B touch my D and she say my D is small, then she's lying. Tell her to name the tattoo that's on my rib that says warning. I repeat, that's not why this is in the lawsuit. This line is why it's in the lawsuit. You speak to Jodeci or Puffy or any of them ninjas. They've been at my house. They all see me F. They all know I'm a big ninja. You get this, ninja, I'm effing you up. The thing is that a whole lot of ninjas write about taking girls out to shop, taking girls to fly to Dubai and all that B, close your eyes with me anywhere. My whole thing is this is that. So you are paying girls with D because you feel like every woman wants a big D, even if it's attached to you. Okay. Let me show y'all how Aaron Hall looks in present day. Okay. This is Aaron Hall in present day. This is Aaron turning 58 years old. Now, Aaron, based on his own words, believes that even though he has a brown tooth in the front of his mouth, that because his D is big, he should be able to just take a woman in a bedroom and do what he wants and then send them on their way. He's in the black. Let me see if I can make the picture. I don't think I can make the picture any bigger. Okay, let me do this. Let me take a picture and show you the tooth. Okay. Actually, it looks like it's two teeth. So this is what Aaron Hall thinks is God's gift to women. See that? So ladies and gentlemen, does the D matter if the tooth looks like that? And I'll just leave that at that. Y'all can answer that question, replay gang. Y'all can. But anyway, so Aaron feels like his appendage makes him an invaluable asset to any woman, and they should be happy to have him, basically is what he said. Okay. Now somebody said that's from tossing salads. Interview says, talk about it. Aaron, if you can't handle my D and you can still be Aaron Hall without effing rubbing off your mouth, then I'll take you anywhere. Other than that, you back home, B. Hall's disgusting claims are eerily similar, if not identical, to the trauma he and Combs visited upon Ms. Garner. Aaron Hall takes pride in statutory R-ing minors. Hall has bragged about his promiscuity and the fact that he is engaged in intercourse with minors. In a YouTube video posted by Vlad TV titled Aaron Hall on Gloria Velez, I took her and I effed her. Interviewer, Luke said that he introduced you to Gloria Velez. Aaron, Luke didn't introduce me to no Gloria Velez. We can call Luke right now. You know what I mean. He said it in an interview a while back. Well, how did it happen? Aaron Hall says, look what I'm saying to you. She was standing up with a Jamaican rapper named Mad Lion. Okay, I know who that is. Aaron says, big pun, Fat Joe, Method Man, whoever you speak to, just ask them how I did it. I got out of the limo, grabbed her, and went upstairs and effed her. Luke didn't never effing introduce me to anybody in his life. I love Luke to death. Speaker said he just had on adult films. Aaron says, look, the reason why he's saying you introduced me to her is because it's a good thing to say, okay, I introduced Aaron to this girl. I took her. Me and Gloria is cool. We got cool in 2 weeks. You feel me? I'm a boss. I ain't going to argue with you about nothing. You and umbilical cord B. You effing 35, 36 years old. I'm not going to disrespect you, but I'm a boss, MFer. I love my son, so I ain't going to break probation by effing with you and not being able to speak to him again. You feel what I'm saying? When I speak to a ninja that got dick and balls, he can never say he introduced me to no B. Nobody ain't never introduced me to a B in their life. I wish they did. The thing is that you can ask Gloria, though. You know what I'm starting to think now? This dude kind of speaks like Mama D. So even though technically he's not a pimp, I feel like he thinks that pimp talk is where it's at. And I think that's why he speaks like this. Y'all know Mama D was a pimp, right? Back in the day. Mama D had girls and everything. This is what it's giving me. It's giving me like pimp talk. Interview says, you know something I just remembered? That Gloria had two Aarons right above her. Aaron said in black, red, and green. Interviewer, right above her V. Aaron, right above it with parentheses with an S on it. Interviewer, it belongs to. And Aaron says, look, when I saw her, she was dancing with Luke. I didn't know she was a puppy. She was tall, she was big, blonde hair with black pant leather. I guess he meant to say patent leather. I was like, I'm getting that. Everybody knows I couldn't even really speak then. I don't know if you could speak now. I had a speech impediment. I don't stutter anymore. I just went there and just grabbed her and went inside the hotel and gave it to her. You feel me? She gonna say Luke is lying. You feel me? Because I don't lie on my D. You feel what I'm saying? My mother was Puerto Rican from Ponce. When I see anybody that's Spanish, I'm gonna grab them. I ain't gonna ask if you holding the hand all loose and you holding a conversation with the ninja. They say Vlad is an informant, but basically you don't need to be an informant if the people you're interviewing are just flippantly talking about having intercourse with underage girls. This man is an idiot. Aaron says, I'm going to take you, B. She chose up already. Now she want to go renegade. Go renegade, B. Interviewer, at what point did she get the tattoo? 3 days after I effed her. 3 days? 3 whole days. If anybody can do that, I don't care if you was married. I don't care if you was engaged. If it's your anniversary, if your B did that, then I'll stop singing I Miss You. My whole thing is this. Is that I love Gloria to death because she gave me a beautiful son. You feel what I'm saying? My whole thing is I want to make sure that it's right. I love my son, Aaron Robin Hall IV. I ain't seen him in 15 years, but I love him to death. What? We talk all the time. Gloria didn't do no bad thing to me. So he mentioned something about being on probation. Is the son on probation? Why wouldn't you have seen? I don't know. Y'all, I don't even care. To be honest with you, he's trash. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. Yes, because they didn't know what to do. They ain't know what to say. At the time he met Gloria Velez, Velez was only 16 years old. As indicated in the transcript above, Hall referred to 16-year-old Miss Velez as a puppy. He goes on to say that when he was on the field doing dog training, he sometimes misidentifies an 8-month-old puppy, Miss Velez, for a 2-year-old dog, an adult. Hall goes on to brag about grabbing 16-year-old Miss Velez by the hand and forcing her to engage in intercourse. Sean Combs has a well-documented history of legal trouble. According to an article by NPR, 1991, according to a November 2023 lawsuit, Combs allegedly drugs, assaults, and videotapes 19-year-old Joy Dickerson Neal after going on a date with him. 1996, Combs is found guilty of criminal mischief for threatening a photographer from the New York Post with a pow pow. 1999, Combs is arrested and charged with 2 felonies, second-degree assault and criminal mischief, in the beating of record executive Steve Stout, who says Combs and 2 bodyguards beat him with their fist, a telephone, a champagne bottle, and a chair. When Combs publicly apologized, Stout asked for the charges to be dismissed. Combs reportedly pays Stout $500,000. The assault charges dropped. Combs pleads to the lesser charge of harassment, and he is sentenced to 1 day of anger management classes. 1 day of anger management? December 27, 1999, Combs, along with then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez. Y'all, we got to play it.
I know y'all know if I ain't hot, y'all ain't hot. Well, this is a message to everybody. I don't know. Y'all acting like I could be motherfucking lukewarm and y'all gonna be hot. You ever put your foot in a bathtub, falling hot, and feel like the meat just got torn off? Yeah, hot. And I can show y'all how we have fun and stay out of jail too. Show y'all how we have fun and stay out of jail too. Show y'all how we have fun and stay out of jail too. Show y'all how we have fun and stay out of jail too. And make money. What's up? Pray for me. It's been taking me ever to get back to my exact tone of not giving a f.
I'm praying you get caught. Y'all, we got like 3,000 in the chat, but I think we only have like 600 likes. Definitely hit that like button. It's a free way to support the channel. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We're well on our way to now 150,000 subscribers. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Combs, along with then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez and rapper Shine, are arrested in relation to a shooting at Club New York. Combs pow-powed Natalia Rubin in the face and she has consistently blamed Combs for her shooting. In a lawsuit, March 26, 2001, local TV host Roger Mills sues Combs, accusing him of assault, false imprisonment, destruction of property, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and a civil conspiracy, in exchange where Combs' entourage roughed him up and destroyed his camera. Let's see, because I do have that. Let me pull that up for you guys really quick. I'll pull it up at the end of this live. Jersey Girl says, how is Vlad an informant when these guys do interviews on social media, tell all their business to impress the white man? Now, this was a couple years back. They alleged that he was an informant about one of the people who interviewed. Now, all the specifics, I don't know. This guy basically just told on himself, but I'll look into that to give you the specifics on the next video. Thanks for the super chat. In a lawsuit, okay, we got that one. According to a 2023 lawsuit, Combs, his former Bad Boy Records president, Harvey Pierre, and a third unidentified man allegedly gang R-word an unnamed 17-year-old victim at a Manhattan recording studio. February 2006, Ventura signed a 10-album deal with Bad Boy Entertainment. Her debut single, Me and You, was released, and her self-titled album drops the same year. According to a November 23rd lawsuit, Combs' vicious cycle of abuse begins here. Ventura alleges years of physical, psychological, and emotional abuse. She claims Combs forced her to purchase and take illegal drugs like cocaine, ketamine, and ecstasy, that he filmed her as she was forced to have relations with male sex workers in multiple cities for his own voyeuristic pleasure in a practice he called freak-offs, and that he beat her on many occasions in retaliation for talking to other men, often with witnesses present. March 6, 2007, in a lawsuit, Gerard Richner alleges that Combs punched him, pushed his girlfriend, and tried to spit on another woman outside Teddy's nightclub at Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. In a statement, Combs' attorney, Benjamin Barfman, says it's just another example of an opportunist seeking to fabricate a lawsuit based on a flat-out lie to try to take advantage of Mr. Combs' celebrity status. The case is settled out of court in March. So it's just somebody who is trying to take advantage of him. But again, you settle. 2007, May. Combs, Making the Band co-star Lorianne Gibson, alleges that he threatened her with a chair while New Edition's Michael Bivins held her in place. We saw that. I feel like I saw him throw a chair at Lorianne. In a November 2023 suit, Ventura claims all aspects of her life were controlled by either Mr. Combs or his management companies. She claims he paid for her apartment and all living expenses and that he had access to her medical records. For instance, when Ms. Ventura began experiencing memory loss, potentially due to excessive drug use, and her head injuries caused by Mr. Combs' beatings, as described below, her MIR results were provided directly to Mr. Combs. Mr. Combs also repeatedly arranged for his staff to drive Ms. Ventura to certain doctor's appointments. In this way, Mr. Combs exerted ownership over Ms. Ventura. You know, ecstasy is one of those drugs that will cause you to have memory loss. Extended use of that puts holes in your brain. In November 2023 suit, Ventura alleges that Combs said he was going to blow up the car of rapper Kid Cudi, whom Ventura was dating at the time, and that he wanted to ensure that Kid Cudi, I always pronounce his name wrong, Kid Cudi, was home with his friends when it happened. Around that time, the car exploded in his driveway. September 2018, after multiple attempts to sever ties with Combs, Ventura says she met with him to have dinner and believed it was to talk of concluding her bad boy contract and have a discussion about concluding their relationship for good. But after the dinner, Ventura alleged he forced himself into her apartment and forcibly R-word her. From her suit, soon thereafter, Ms. Ventura took steps to completely separate herself from her longtime abuser, including by leaving the home that he paid for and returning the car he purchased for her. In February 2024, Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a former producer of Combs who worked with him on his latest release, alleges that the music mogul groped him repeatedly, and during the duration of making the album, Combs forced Jones to solicit sex workers, take illegal drugs, and more. The suit names others close to Combs, including Combs' son Justin, and high-ranking members of Motown Records and Universal Music Group as co-defendants. Ventura accuses Diddy of years of sexual misconduct, harassment, trafficking, and the R-word. Ventura's allegations lasted for the entirety of their working and personal relationship. Ventura files the civil suit in New York Superior Court under the State Survivors Act. One day before the window for filing suits under that act closes, two separate lawsuits alleging misconduct in the early 90s are filed against Combs. The unnamed fourth person comes forward accusing Combs and others of gang R-word in 2003. In response to these accusations, 18 brands severed ties with Combs. So, okay, here we go. Damages. Ms. Gardner's friend, who she met in 2017, details a conversation the pair had during her trip to Las Vegas in 2019 where they discussed their childhood and some interactions with musicians and artists. In the affidavit, Ms. Gardner's friend went on to say that at the time, Ms. Gardner shared her experience of assault at the hands of Aaron and Sean Puffy Combs. Lisa says she was 16 years old and had been invited. So this is just the affidavit. I think that this lady has a pretty good case. And I think that the more pressure Tyrone puts on, I don't think so much Aaron. I don't think Aaron probably has a lot of money. But I think the more pressure he puts on Diddy will be more than likely to probably try to settle all these cases before his name is already dirt. But I think that he doesn't want to go to jail. I don't think he wants any more people to come forward. When you are that type of abuser, I'm sure these instances are not the only instances. I'm sorry, in my opinion, there's probably more people. So what do you do if you're Puffy at this point? Do you settle with everybody? Or do you start fighting these cases? Care Bear said they should have picked a different lawyer. Cat Sells, Aaron have royalties that will be forfeited. Not Kiko. No, this is actually Liza Gardner's lawsuit paper. She went and amended her complaint, and she let the world know that she was actually 16 at the time of the alleged assault. So they went back in and amended everything and put some juicy details. Like, although Aaron had a big D, Puffy, she said, was like a Vienna sausage, prepubescent. Not worth her time. I mean, not worth her time. Not worth a woman's time. Puffy, you're done. Oh, you think he's gonna go to y'all think he's gonna go to Bali? What's up, Khadijah from the Cayman Islands? I don't know what he's gonna do, but he needs to do something quick because I never expected Little Rod's lawsuit to come out, but Little Rod's lawsuit came out. So I wouldn't be surprised if more people are going to be coming forward relatively soon. Lady Shia says he needs to be under the jail like R. Kelly. Your jailmate is coming. Keep his bunk warm. Somebody's going to have to come and actually file assault charges. So these are civil complaints. So these are going to be handled more so in the court of law. I would think somebody would need to come forward who had something happen to them very recently, who has, like maybe did an R word kit or something like that ties him to it. And then the DA will pick up the case. But now, for the most part, these are all just civil cases. So they're going to be, fought out in the court of law, or Puffy's going to settle with them. You heard what they said. 18 brands already left him. All we do is see him just sitting. Like, Puffy's identity is wrapped around Puffy being a party boy, Puffy being able to have access to the newest, hottest rappers. That is how he has built his identity. Almost like a youth vampire. If you have youth and promise in the industry, Puffy latches onto you. Puffy has money and clout. Well, you probably won't get money from Puffy if you are one of his artists, but you guys know what I mean. He latches on to these very young people. He sucks out whatever energy they have, and he feels like that keeps him young. Well, what happens when all that's out the door? Let me show you what happens. You start looking your age. Let me see. I think it was Gossip of the City. Let me show you what Puffy looks like, what they say Puffy looks like in present day. Let's see. I think it was Gossip of the City. Shout out to Gossip of the City. Oh, okay, here we go. Look at Puffy's face, y'all. This has aged him. No Cap Max said, bro, check your notifications. YouTube messing with me. Oh, yeah, thank you. I've been hearing that a lot of people have been getting unsubscribed. So every now and then check to make sure you're still subscribed. I don't know why YouTube is playing with me. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Somebody said, I wish they would file criminal charges. A lot of these situations, the statute of limitation has run out. So a criminal lawsuit is all that they have. I mean, a civil lawsuit is all they have. Southern Belle said he's almost 60. People age. Yeah, but I think he's aging from not necessarily the natural stuff, but I think he's aging from stress. Stress will age you. Is he almost 60? I didn't realize he was almost 60. He's 54. And he doesn't sleep. He's known for not sleeping. He sleeps very few hours a day because he feels like he could be making money or doing other things. So anyway, y'all, I have some stuff. Yes, I'm fully aware of the stuff with with Jay-Z going on. I'm researching that. So I probably won't bring y'all that today, but probably tomorrow. And then there's something else going on with Russell. So y'all have a good rest of your day. This was unexpected. I wish all the victims all the luck in the world. Is 54 old? Not in present day. 50 is the new 30. 40 is the new 20. Ask Drea. Ask Drake. Anyway, y'all, I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a good day and, pay it forward. Be nice to somebody today. Pay it forward. Have a good one.